Types of lubrication systems. The various lubrication system used for lubricating the various parts of engine are classified as: Number 1. Mist lubrication system. Number 2. Wet-sump lubrication system. Number 3. Dry-sump lubrication system. Mist lubrication system. Mist lubrication system is a very simple type of lubrication. In this system, the small quantity of lubricating oil is mixed with the fuel. The oil and fuel mixture is introduced through the carburetor. The gasoline vaporized, and oil, in the form of mist, enters the cylinder via the crankcase. The droplets of oil strike the crankcase. The droplets of oil strike the crankcase, lubricate the main and connecting rod bearings, and the rest of the oil lubricates the piston rings, and cylinder. The system is preferred in two-stroke engines, where crankcase lubrication is not required. In a two-stroke engine, the charge is partially compressed in a crankcase, so it is not possible to have the oil in the crankcase. Wet-sump lubrication system. In the wet-sump lubrication system, the bottom of the crankcase contains an oil pan, or sump, that serves as oil supply, oil storage tank, and oil cooler. The oil dripping from the cylinders, bearings, and other parts fall under gravity back into the sump, from where it is picked up by pump and recirculated through the engine lubrication system. There are 3 varieties in wet-sump lubrication system. They are: 1. Splash lubrication system. 2. Splash and pressure system. And 3. Pressurized lubrication system. Splash lubrication system. Splash lubrication system is used on small, stationary 4-stroke engines. In this system, the cap of the big end bearing, on the connecting rod, is provided with a scoop, which strikes and dips into the oil filled through at every revolution of the crankshaft, and oil is splashed all over the interior of crankcase, into the piston, and over the exposed portion of the cylinder, is shown. A hole is drilled through the connecting rod cap, through which the oil passes to the bearing surface. Oil pockets are provided to catch the splashed oil over all the main bearings, and also the camshaft bearings. From these pockets, oil passes to the bearings through drilled hole. The surplus oil, dripping from the cylinder, flows back to the oil sump in the crankcase. Splash and pressure lubrication system. Splash and pressure lubrication system is combination of splash and pressure system, as shown in figure. In this system, the lubricating oil is supplied by a pump, under pressure, to main and camshaft bearings. The oil is also directed, in the form of spray, from nozzle, or splashed by a scoop, or dipper, on the big end to lubricate bearings. At the big end of the connecting rod, crank pin, gudgeon pin, piston rings and cylinder. Pressurized lubrication system. In pressurized lubrication system, the lubricating oil is supplied by a pump, under pressure to all parts, requiring lubrication as shown in figure. The oil under the pressure is supplied to main bearings of the crankshaft and camshaft. Holes drilled through the main crankshaft bearings journals communicate oil to big end bearing and small end bearings through the holes drilled in the connecting rod. A pressure gauge is provided to confirm the circulation of oil to various parts. This system provides sufficient lubrication to all parts, and is favored by most of the engine manufacturers. This is used in most heavy-duty and high-speed engines. Dry-sump lubrication system. In dry-sump lubrication system, the oil supply is carried from an external tank. The oil from the sump is pumped, by means of a scavenging pump, through filters, to the external storage tank. The oil from the storage tank is pumped to engine cylinder, through oil cooler. The oil pressure may vary from 3 to 8 bar. The dry sump lubrication system is generally used for heavy-duty engines.